All right, everyone. It is February 12th, 2018, and it is our team call working through our 90-day action plan. And for those of you maybe just watching your first team call tonight, we are working through our 90-day action plan, and we're going through all the daily activities one by one. And I was sharing with Angela, this was actually Susan's idea, and I thought it was brilliant. And yes, I love giving Susan credit for all her beautiful ideas. And when Angela was like, I don't know how I could talk for even 30 minutes about these topics, I said, well, we just touch on the topic and then we go with whoever is our guest, whatever they are passionate about sharing on. And I don't know, I mean, I think Angela could talk about an absolute number of different things, but when I look at Angela, I think she is the absolute queen bee of enrolling. She's incredible. And what I want to share with you guys is, I always encourage people when you go to conferences, as comfortable as we are with each other, we love to be with our team, and especially when we're long distance and we're at events, we want to sit with our team, we want to love with our team, we want to go to dinner with our team, but take time to meet new people. And even if it's just making one new friend on a different team at every event you go to, please do that, because I am telling you, some of my dearest friends, of course, are my team members and my leaders. I love you guys to pieces. But for me also, it's important that I reach out and make some friends from other teams to see how they're doing things, because I want to learn too. I want to be able to bring back things that I'm learning from my friends that will help you guys. And so Angela is one of those people for me. We keep in touch pretty often, almost weekly. We're messaging back and forth. Lisa Maciel and Angela and I have been kind of on the same journey together. So we always try to meet up for pictures, and we message back and forth, and we've been kind of on the same path this whole journey for the last several years. And Angela, I met at an event, and we have just become dear friends. And, we have a lot in common, but we're also very different. So we bring different gifts to the table. And there's certain things that I can help Angela with, and there's certain things she can help me with, and we're always willing to do calls for each other to try to really help each other and help our teams. So I'm so grateful she gave up her time, because she's a busy mama with two beautiful kids. She has done so amazing with her business. And if you guys don't know her story, I'm going to let her share a little bit of the story before we get into the meat of this. But I am so proud of her, because her world is completely different now than it was when she started her Isogenics journey. She went from a small little apartment to a big, beautiful home with an in-ground swimming pool. She retired her husband, and they're a full-time family. When her daughter needed braces, she paid for it in 1 week of her paychecks with Isogenics. I mean, her world has completely changed because of this incredible opportunity. She's an 8-star Golden Circle Platinum. So she opened up her new business center. And how many executives do you have now, Ange? 5 executives, and she has earned about every accolade possible. Probably the one I'm most envious of was she was a President's Quest earner and went to Paris with our own Erica Federoff. And she has earned, she's going on the cruise for we don't call it Isoderby anymore, the Championship Challenge. She's earned about every accolade there is, and it's because of her hard work ethic. And we were messaging last night, and I said, oh, how I wish I could clone you. And I said, there are very few people that can enroll like Angela. So if I can teach you guys to do even a quarter or a third of what Angela can do, then we've really mastered something, because she is so impressive with what she does. So Angela, thank you for joining us. We are so honored and privileged to have you on our call tonight.
Thank you so much, Cindy, and the honor is all mine. And I see my friend Lisa and Susan and Ann and Erica, and I have to tell you guys that one of the most incredible things about Isogenics is getting to meet passionate people like you, realizing that you're not the only crazy one out there. There's many of us who really strive to live out our dreams and live out our passion. And I know at times we feel like we are all alone in this industry, and sometimes our friends and our family and our parents don't get us. And then you meet these women, and you just look at them like, oh my God, I met Erica for the first time in Maui. And He's magnificent. And I mean, what the heck are we doing in Maui? The company sent us there. It is crazy. It is life-changing. But also keep in mind that you are a life changer. And we wouldn't be here unless we were truly and passionately crazy about people, right? So when I first started this journey, I started for weight loss. I have tried every weight loss program known to man and have been very unsuccessful. And, my friend Jennifer posted something about this on Facebook. She said that she had lost 9 pounds. And I thought, how cool, how crazy is that? I wish I can do that. And I told my husband, I said, I'm going to give it a try. And like most husbands, he said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll save the receipt. So when you quit this one, like you did all the others, we can just send it back and not lose the money. And I said, thank you for your vote of confidence. But you know what? I said, I'm going to do this. And in my first week, I couldn't believe my results. It would have taken me 2 months on Weight Watchers to do what I did in Isogenics. And I was really excited. And by week 3, my husband started stealing my shakes. And I said, go get your own. And my mother, she said, you look magnificent. Send me a box. And it really started out with the people that I loved and I cared about. But I feel like in the beginning, I laugh and I tell my team, I was ignorance on fire. I felt like I found the cure to male pattern baldness. And I was determined to tell everyone, I have found a cure to weight loss. I mean, that's how I treated it. I was so excited. I needed to tell someone. Somebody would be coughing. I would say, oh my God, I have a cleanse. Somebody sneezed and I would say, are you sick or do you have allergies? Because I've got this cleanse. I didn't get in my head. I didn't really take so much time to worry about the ones that were saying no or the people who weren't ready, because I was so passionate and optimistic about the ones who were saying yes. And so I made it my business to tell everyone. And my first paycheck, guys, was $212. And don't laugh, but my greatest, I was so excited about the $212 because I wouldn't have to ask my husband for $20 to go get a wax. that was my primary goal, is how cool that I don't have to ask him for money. And now I was a social worker. I had a career and I gave up my career to stay at home and raise my kids. And I love my kids and I'm a full-time mom. But do you ever feel sometimes that there's a little bit more to you than just being a mom? Maybe you're not playing full out, but you could be. Maybe there's more to you than what you've been allowed to showcase. Maybe you feel like you are capable of doing something big and changing the world. I felt that way. I felt that I loved social work, and I understood that it didn't make sense for me to go back and earn $500 a week when daycare was $350. But I also felt something in my heart that there was more. And when I watched my mom lose weight, and when I watched my husband lose 11 pounds, and for him, he was slender. It wasn't the weight loss. I got a guy who would come home from driving a truck 16 hours, exhausted, passing out on the couch, that on a 9-day cleanse, my husband was completely rejuvenated. He would come home, he would tussle with the kids. I felt that I was going to be able to change a lot of lives with this program. Mm-hmm. And that for me was a big one. I wanted to be that catalyst for change in people's lives. And so, I'm only human. I've gotten a few harsh no's. And, I thought, what did I do wrong? What did I say wrong? But the better you get, the more times you tell your story, you just get better and better. You talk to 10 people, maybe 9 of them will say no. 1 will say yes. You get a little better. You talk to 10. Holy cow, you got 2 to say yes. Your statistics, your averages will get better. And you know what? You'll learn how to handle objections much more gracefully. When someone says no, you'll come to understand it's not because of anything that Shelby said wrong. It's because the woman's not ready to give up wine, or she can't fathom, not eating for 40. People don't know what they don't know. And so when they say no, I don't take offense to it. I put them in my little index card box and I say, you know what, Shelby? I'll be following up with you in 4 weeks. Give it some thought. You never want to give up on someone because you care. And you continuously follow up with someone because you care. So that's basically how I started. I literally life-stalked every successful person. I didn't have an upline. I didn't have a sideline. It was just me, like a mad woman with no system. I can tell you that I made 6 figures in 9 months and had no idea how. I had no idea how I was earning the money. I was just talking with a lot of people. I will not say that 6 figures was easy. It took hard work. Network marketing does. But I didn't understand the compensation plan. I wasn't spending so much time being an expert. I was spending more time being a giver and sharing this information with people who I saw desperately needed this. And so I went to ISA FYI /recognition, hint, hint, and I followed the top 100 income earners. And if they spoke my language, if I was attracted to the person who they were on Facebook, I would inbox them. And I would ask for any tips. Give me 5 minutes of your time. And it was so cool that last night I had a guest on my call, Kristen Toshma. She's on our team. And she said, I reached out to someone. This guy won the championship challenge and I reached out to him. And I said, good for you. Good for you, because I remember reaching out to Herb Cepeda, and he probably ignored the first 27 messages that I sent him. And then when I said, listen, you were a New York State trooper. I'm from New York. I'm not going to stop. I need 5 minutes of your time. And he did. He got on a call with me. And most ISA leaders will. Most ISA leaders are so incredible that they will get on the phone with you. They will share heartfelt advice because there's so much abundance here. They genuinely want you to succeed. And so the first piece of advice that I ever got from Mr. Cepeda, who I love so much, I know him now, so I get to call him Herbie, which is so cool. But he said, you get so good until they don't ask you who your upline is. And I just thought, it's up to me. It's going to be up to me. It's going to be up to me to host team calls. It's going to be up to me to set my alarm clock. It's going to be up to me whether this happens or doesn't happen. This is on me. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't watch my husband suffer the way he was. And I said to him, and it took a lot of trust in him. I said, babe, give me 1 year. He's like, what do you mean? I said, quit your job and give me 1 year. I went to Celebration and I saw this woman on stage who said, there's more cows than people where I live in Nebraska. And I said, I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I've never seen a cow. If she can do it, I can do it. I can do this. And I looked at this Lynn Hagedorn and I followed every YouTube video. And then I found this ACMDE. Who do you know? Who do you know? And that's all I said to myself. Who do I know? Who do I know? And when they said no, I asked them who they knew. And I asked them for referrals. And I just wanted it, guys, so badly. And asking my husband to put his job on the line, to have the faith in me to do this, I wasn't going to let them down. I wasn't going to let my family down. And in 2 years, we saved enough with Isogenics to buy our first home. And in 3 years, we hit millionaire with the company. And in a little over 4, we hit platinum. And you got to throw some compliancy stuff out there because it doesn't happen this way for everyone. But if you really decide to do this, there is nothing and no one stopping you. You have no boss. You only have a team of men and women who are going to cheer you on and scream for you and support you from the rooftops. You can make as much as you want. There is no cap. You want to make 600 in PIBs and shoot for 2-star tomorrow. That is on you. That is on no one else. And what are you putting on the line? You know, I see this meme. My daughter laughs at me because I have these inspirational things. She's like, stop with the inspirational stuff already. I just want one Pokemon poster in my room because I have like girl power and everything like to inspire her. And she's like, stop it. But there is this one inspirational thing that says, you know, being committed is doing what you said you would do long after the mood that you said it in was gone. You know, sometimes I don't feel so hot. You know, you got some cramps, you're headachy. Do you want to get on those calls? No, but you do. And you do, and you do, because you know there are people out there waiting. I put on the Tony Robbins playlist, the soundtrack, I get some pump up music, and that's it. And I start reaching out, and I start messaging, and I start asking for referrals. I join tons of local groups. We just had our Blitz meeting and we were talking about it. If you guys live in a town called, I don't know, New Rochelle, I don't even know why that popped into my mind, but New Rochelle soccer moms, New Rochelle mommies, New Rochelle divas, New Rochelle beauty freaks. You want to find any group in your area that's going to relate to you. So my group where I live is let's say Middlesex, right? So I join Middlesex groups, and I'm constantly asking for referrals. Do you guys know a good pediatric dentist? Do you guys know a great dermatologist for kids? Do you guys know a good cleaning lady? Do you guys know a really cute restaurant that my husband and I can go to? Any good local Italian restaurant? You guys are genuinely asking for referrals. And when people refer or when people give you great information, friend them, inbox them, say, thank you so much, Charlene. That was great information. My husband and I actually used Dr. Smith, and he was wonderful. Thank you for the referral. You're making connections. You're putting people in your pipeline. And here's Facebook. Now they've got an opportunity to kind of creep and see who you are. Who's this Lisa all about, running every day with her little ant line? And you know what? If you are consistent, if you are persistent, people are going to ask you, what do you do? Right? Motivational Monday, Transformations Tuesdays and Thursdays, Wellness Wednesdays. I post every day. I follow this system and I post every single day. And the friends that I signed up, a woman who I was looking for a cleaning lady. Somebody tagged her. A friend requested her. Never hired her as a cleaning lady because you can only have one. You can't hire 15 of them. But she was watching what I was doing on Facebook. And she just lost 8 pounds. This is just someone who I've never met who was watching me on Facebook. If you have time to go to networking events, that's excellent. If you guys are doing launch parties, it's amazing. What I would say is that there is no one path to get you to Rome, right? There's income producing activities and there's team building activities. And some of these income producing activities would be sharing tools, sharing an ISA video, scheduling a 3-way phone call, inviting them to isogenic Zoom, sharing your 30-second story. So as long as you are talking to people, hosting an in-home party, teaching people the you share, they share, creating an interest on social media. That was a really big one for me. I wish I got into launch parties, but I feel like with 2 small kids and I need them in bed by 8 o'clock, launch parties don't work for me. But you know what? How would I know that it didn't work for me unless I tried everything? Mm-hmm. And I have tried everything. I've gone to wedding halls. I've given out business cards. I challenge myself to go into 10 chiropractors' offices in the month of December. I'm constantly like challenging myself to get out there and talk to people. And I think that when we think about talking to people, it's like the angst and the anxiety, like, oh my God, what am I going to say to a chiropractor? He's so much smarter than me. I don't know what to say. I don't even think it matters. I truly don't even think it matters what you go in there and say. I think when you go in there and you say, hello, I'm a health and wellness coach. I brought bars for everyone. I'd love to leave you guys some information. Would you be open to taking a look? May I leave some flyers on your desk? They're looking at you. They're not going to say, send me the ingredients. They're going to say, man, this Jen is passionate. She is enthusiastic. I don't know what she's selling, but I am buying. There was some girl who came into my hair salon, and she was selling LuLaRoe leggings. Lord forgive me. These were the ugliest things with pizza pies on them. And I bought them because I liked her. I liked her. I would have bought anything she was selling because of how passionate she was, stretching them, doing a demonstration. I think we get so hung up in the how-to that we stop doing the do. And you get stuck here, and before you know it, Monday is laundry, Tuesday little Kylie gets sick, Wednesday your husband's got the flu, Thursday you're like, oh my God, I have my visit to the accountant. Before you know it's Friday, and you haven't done anything.
Sure.
And I say, like, if Kathy Coover was my boss, would she fire me or would she hire me? And I wanted, yeah, that's how I want to treat my business. I want to make Kathy proud. I want to make my team proud. I push to hit the January jolt, not for the $1,000, but to show my team that they can do it too. And I will always be the one going first because I want them to know. February frenzy, I'm going for it because I want them to know that it's safe. I want them to know that it's achievable, even 5 years in. Don't worry about the how, just worry about the do. And this, for me, is a godsend. When I look at my calendar, and you'll have to forgive this week because I'm leaving on vacation on Wednesday, but when I look at my calendar, if the page is blank, I get nervous because I'm like, man, I got nobody to talk to. What am I going to do? All right, I got to go work on Facebook. And you have to differentiate what is work if you're using social media. Don't get caught up in the scroll. You'll be looking at Robin's, son, and before you know it, you're looking at his daughter-in-law's bar mitzvah from 2 years ago. You get caught up, right? That is not income-producing activities. It is, hello, Robin, I'm a health and wellness coach. I would love to share my results with you. Would you be open to chatting? No? Do you know anyone who might be interested in losing weight, getting healthy, feeling better, gaining energy? This covers everyone. We're not to one demographic where we're only selling mascara to women. We help people ages 4 to 104. Who do you know that eats? That's about 50 billion people on the planet. Right.
Well, I've got some questions for you, and I could just let you go on and never interrupt you, but I'm going to because I really want to make sure we get some of these questions answered. And I love your passion. A couple of things that I love about her is, number one, guys, she had no network marketing experience. This is just someone that totally was passionate about her results and couldn't keep her mouth shut about it. And I love that. She also does e-shots in the evening. Unbelievable. Like, I can't do e-shots in the evening, but she does. You do too, Lisa? Oh gosh, I can't do that. So she just, her energy is just nonstop. And honestly, we want to be energetic, and we want to be, talk about convicted. Is she not convicted when she shares? You guys know that if she came in selling pizza LuLaRoe leggings, you'd probably buy them from her too, because she's so passionate. So what I want to ask you, and you already did a little bit of this, but I want to do a little bit more, is where do you continually get your leads from, that your calendar is always full of people to talk to? And some of the things that you say, because when you shared a little bit of what you said earlier, it was very comfortable. And I think people get so tongue-tied at what to say when they're out prospecting. Angela, this month we're doing a Share the Love campaign where we're all trying to give out either 10 bars or 10 Ice Delights to brand new people, and with a little note that, you know, we really want to get 10 new clients. So we want to thank them for their great service or whatever, and be able to follow up and have 10 new contacts. So you're always, I mean, how many people have you enrolled? What are you up to?
Over 800.
Okay, over 800 people. So you never seem to run out of leads. So where do you find them? How do you fill your appointment book? And then I want to talk about, what do you say? Like, maybe role play with me a little bit. What do you say to get these appointments?
I'm trying to find the campaign that Eric Worre gave us at the Influencers Summit, because he gave a lot of great campaigns. But I would, let me just see if I can find it quick. If not, it's fine. In all fairness, Cindy cracked 14 executives. And that's something that I dream of doing. So everyone has their skill set. You know what I mean? Just because enrolling doesn't have to be the be all and end all, right? But you do have to get comfortable with talking to people. So every week I pick like a fun little challenge for myself. Let's say I would challenge myself and I would say, okay, this month, for the month of February, I'm going to go into 4 gyms. 4 gyms, that's 1 a week. And I would say, I would walk into the gym, you don't have to be a member, and I would say, hey guys, I'm a health and wellness coach. I'm with a nutritional cleansing company. Would you be open to me setting up a table here for Customer Appreciation Day? I can give out food, I can give out free bars, and if you guys don't permit giving out food, I can give out little keychains, but I just want to help your customers by educating them about health. Because people in the fitness industry understand that 80% of it is what you put into your mouth. So I want to help your facility have better results by teaching people about what to eat, right? So you flip it. You show what I'm doing for you, right? Mm-hmm. You're showing them how you're going to help improve their business, get better results for their clients. So 1 month, I say set up something fun. Challenge yourself to go into 4 gyms for the month of February. For the month of, I'm so trying to find these Eric Worre campaigns, but you can share them with your team, Sin. So walking into 4 gyms for February, right? Choosing 5 businesses that you want to go into to give out these bars. You know, my team is having a nurse appreciation day or a receptionist appreciation day. My dentist office, my podiatrist, my daughter had to go to a podiatrist for a wart on her foot. Anyway, with kids, you have all sorts of problems and you get to meet all sorts of people. But, you know, thinking about like just kids, if you're involved with kids, what about a teacher appreciation day? What about giving all the teachers a little bundle, a little Ice Delight, maybe a little e-shot and a little bar with your business card and maybe some information about nutritional cleansing? If your kids play sports, what about a coach's appreciation week? Right? Coaches, not just their coach, but every coach in the soccer league. What if you're not a parent? That's okay. What about going into an old age home? I don't think that's the proper terminology. I don't think that's what they're called. Lisa, you might correct me. Nursing home. A nursing home, thank you. There's no such thing as old age nowadays. What about going into a nursing home and just giving goodies out for the staff? We had a girl on my team, Elizabeth Konkowski. She's fantastic. She put a box out during the holiday for her UPS guy. It was an apple, a fiber bar, an isoline bar, a water, and she said, thank you for your service. Take what you need. Just get out there. Give yourself fun challenges. You know, go to nursing homes. Go to any doctor. Kathy Coover taught me that if you have spent more than $300 a year on a service, for instance, your makeup, your eyelashes, your hairdresser, your manicurist, your accountant, your insurance broker, if you have given them more than $300 a year of your business, you have every right to ask them for a referral.
So how does that sound?
That would sound like, so my accountant, Lou, I've been with you for 17 years. You see what's going on here with the isogenics. Are you ready to give it a try?
Yeah.
That's a little straight to the point. If it's someone like my hairdresser who I'm not as comfortable with, I would say, Dawn, I have had such amazing success. I think you've got such a beautiful personality. I would love to get you started with our products because there is a wonderful compensation plan involved with our health and wellness program. And I think that if you have great results, you're going to be able to help a lot of ladies that come to your salon. You know, it's never scripted. It's just about pointing out some wonderful things about them, why you would want them on your team. I mean, people are like, oh, this guy approached me. And I'm like, isn't that wonderful that he saw some beautiful qualities in you and he thought high enough of you to want them on the team? When people say nasty things like, oh, this network marketing guy or this gal wanted me on her keto team, I said, you know what? She must see a lot of beautiful qualities in you. Mm-hmm. People don't approach jerks to be on their team. People approach beautiful, like-minded people who they want to work with. And that's how I treat it. And that's how, you know, my manicurist, that's what I would say to her. You are incredible. You are friendly. You are at your desk all day inhaling these fumes. What about doing a 30-day detox? You would feel better. You would notice changes. Your customers would notice these changes in you. Let's get you on board. Let's try it. We've got a great pack of customized that's $50 off. You know what? How are you presenting this to someone? I compliment them so much because I'm only I don't like going after, but I'm only speaking with people who I really think would be a pleasure to work with. Mm-hmm. I would say to Lisa, I watch you on Facebook and you are so incredibly inspiring. I think you can change an entire community with how you run, how you work out, how passionately you live. Would you be open to taking a few minutes and learning about my nutritional cleansing company? I think it would help your performance. Not saying your performance needs any help, but I think I think it would benefit you so much. Would you be open to maybe doing a 3-way phone call? I have another girl on my team who's a runner just like you. She just did the Boston Marathon, and I would love for her to share a little bit about what she's been doing.
That's great. That's great.
You know, not much to it. Why do you like the person? Why do you want them on your team? What are you offering? And then take the pressure off of you and get them on a 3-way phone call. Bring them to the expert. Because I feel like a lot of my childhood friends, they're like, yeah, you're not a health and wellness coach. We used to, you know, play beer pong with you. And I'm like, but let me get you on the phone with the expert. Let me introduce you to the person who really knows. Because I feel like family and friends, like they prejudge you. They think they know everything there is to know about you. They're like, oh, please, she's been skinny her whole life. What does she know about struggling with weight? They don't know what's going on in your heart. So when you connect them to someone whose story that is more like theirs, it gives trust. It gives validity to what you're saying. It brings so much credibility. So in the beginning, my first 10 3-way phone calls were with other people. They started asking me questions. They were like, is this safe for diabetic? And I was like, oh my God, how do I, like, I didn't know, you know? So I encourage everyone to do 3-way phone calls because what that encourages is your new people are going to say, you know what? I don't got to do this alone. And when she's ready to enroll, she'll get me on a 3-way phone call. It promotes duplication and teamwork and expertise. And I see Anne, I don't know if she's cheering me on or exercising, but I love her anyway.
That's great. Okay, so a couple other questions. I see one came in. Are you mostly on the phone or do you use text messenger? So when you're reaching out to people, what form of media do you use to do that? And then also I want to know, have you always been this comfortable talking to strangers and people like this? Because honestly, I have never had the courage to ask some of the people you have to be guests on your calls. Like, I've never messaged Herbie 27 times, nor do I think I ever could. So have you always been that way? Because we have a lot of people that, you know, that this part of it makes them nervous. So I want to make them comfortable that reaching out isn't quite so scary. So tell me, have you always been this way, or did you just keep doing it until you got comfortable?
You know, where I was a caseworker with Child Protective Services, it was a terrible environment to work in. You were constantly under the radar. There was very little support. If you had a tough case where you had to remove a child, there was no teamwork. There was no camaraderie. If you needed to speak to a supervisor, you would be waiting 2 weeks, especially when we're talking about the life of a child. Was it always like that? No. Most of my life, I felt like the black sheep. I left home at 18 years old. I really had to fend for myself. So me relying on other people, it wasn't happening. I was very guarded. I kept my business to myself. It took me a long time to learn how to trust, how to trust and see good in people. But when I came to Isogenics, I know it sounds very odd, but I felt a culture where they encourage you to reach up. They encourage you to ask for help. And, when Top Achievers, I went there by myself, my first Top Achievers. And thank God my husband was there, because my entire upline kind of shunned me and did not speak to me. And it was so uncomfortable because we were at a restaurant and we were literally a table away from each other. And for every bad experience that you have in life, you've got to be open to the good ones. Because that day, I met a woman named Tammy Hess. I call her Mary Kay to Millionaire. She was one of the first that came in here 13 years ago, and she gave me a pep talk like never before. And I said, you know what? There's so many good people here that we've got to start focusing on the good. And when we're struggling, we've got to reach up, because people will hear us and people will help us. And that's the beauty of network marketing, is that this is your business, but you're not in this business alone. And listen, I reached up to some leaders who have totally ignored my messages, but 90% of them were receptive and open and kind. And that's what I choose to receive. When I message you and Lisa and I'm like, oh my God, I don't understand the pools. You guys have always been so kind to me. There's so many other great people, Robin Dunda. If you don't try, you never know. And I found that the more I reached up, the more questions I asked, the better I got. And if you don't feel comfortable and if you're scared to reach up to people, guess what? That's okay too. I loved Michael Klaus, and I would literally Google YouTube Michael Klaus. And I just started studying, listening to these wise words. And everything I am today, it's a little piece of Lisa. It's a little piece of Cindy. It's a little piece of Susan Sly. It's a little piece of Michael Klaus. To be a great leader, you just be yourself. But you take whatever nuggets Isogenics offers and use it. And it was on this Top Achievers that I met Zach and Eden. And they said, you need a mentor, girl. You need somebody. And so I found PK Smith. And he was great. And he poured a little bit of belief in my bucket. And then I won Top Achievers with Kathy Coover. And boy, did she pour belief in my bucket. And all it takes, guys, is for a few good people to see the goodness within you, and you start believing. I didn't believe. I didn't believe that I would be successful here. I didn't believe that I would. Oh God, I had such a tough life that for me to have come this far is just mind-blowing. But it really just takes a few good people to say, I see something wonderful in you. And you can be that person for somebody else. Right. So when I reached out to Herbie, it wasn't for me, because I wanted to help my team. I didn't know what I was doing. And I said, man, if I can get this #1 earner on our team call, they will really be blown away. So a lot of the things I did was really to serve my team. And I just think that everything you do, if there's pure heart and motivation behind it, people will see that. People see that. Trust me.
Awesome. So do you, like when you're reaching out to people, is it mainly face-to-face? Is it mainly Facebook Messenger, text, a little bit of everything?
I have never signed someone up via email, text message, or Facebook Messenger. It has always been on the phone. I will reach out to people via text, via Facebook. I will meet people in the street and then friend request them just so they can see what I'm doing. And I can also build credibility so they could see my family, my husband. They know I'm not going anywhere. They trust you when they see your life on Facebook. That's why I never separated my personal page and my business page, because I really wanted people to see the real Angela. But I reach out one way, but the conversation's got to be on the phone. It's got to be heart to heart.
That point. How do you take it from being the prospect to getting them on the phone?
I read Eric Worre's book, Go Pro, and he said, be in a hurry. Be in a hurry to take it offline and on the phone. And that's exactly what I do. I would say, oh my God, Sophia, my dog just ran out. My phone number is 917-501-3398. Inbox me your telephone number and I'll call you in 30 minutes. Or, Cindy, my kids are about to get off the school bus. Here's my cell phone. What's your number? I'll call you in an hour. Just be in a hurry, but always give your number first. When you give your telephone number first, I notice that they will be more receptive to give you theirs. It's just about building that little bit of trust and credibility, but always take it offline and on the phone.
That's great. Okay, so my video died, so you get to look at my profile picture for the rest of the call now. Oh, gotta love it. Okay, and then when you present, like, do you go through a formal presentation? How do you take it from getting them on the phone to getting the actual enrollment?
I heard Jackson Parr's video. I'm telling you, if you guys like broke me into pieces, you would see like pieces of Jackson Parr and like I take little bits from everyone and use what works. Jackson Parr did a team call for me because I reached out and asked him.
Of course you did.
But he told me about this cake recipe that he does, and it was magnificent. And he has a YouTube video on it. You guys can Google YouTube Jackson Parr cake recipe. I hope I spelled it correctly. And in this cake recipe, he created a simple duplicatable system of 7 questions that he asks the person on the phone. So it kind of starts, would you mind if I asked you some questions about what your health goals are? And then he talks about why he asks each question and how it gets the person to open up. And then he kind of paints a picture. I don't have it in front of me, Cindy, but basically you're asking the person these 7 questions. What are your health goals? What have you tried in the past? Has it worked? What are some areas that you feel uncomfortable with? What are your short-term goals? What are your long-term goals? Tell me a little bit about your family. Have they supported you on this journey? Do you have support? Let's talk about your personal goals. If they're coming to you for business, you most certainly want to ask them their business goals. But really asking them a good, thorough 7 questions just to get to know them. I remember Hillary Courtney said something along the lines of, I know their kids' names, I know the names of their soccer teams, and I know the color of their carpet. That's how in depth you want to get with your client, right? Because you want to get to the pain point. And then I would say, my gosh, thank you so much for sharing all of that with me. That is, really incredible or inspiring. And then I would say, would it be okay if I shared a little bit of my 30-second story with you? And I would share my 30-second story. Before the program, I was overweight. I was exhausted. I was absolutely frustrated with life, pissed off at the world. I heard about the program through my friend Jen, who lost 9 pounds. I gave the program a try with much hesitation. You know, my husband didn't think I was going to succeed. And to my surprise, I lost 28 pounds and 49 inches. And now it's my goal to really share this system and make a difference with the world. And I know you're not going to believe this, but I've helped over 700 people with these products. We have a support group with over 9,000 members. We have a team of 26,000 people that are going to love the heck out of you on good days or on bad days. How does that sound? And then you just ask them questions. And some people might want to go further. What does a shake day look like? What does a cleanse day mean? You know, so you would say, you know, well, a shake day is simply this. I would describe it in 3 parts. The first part is the shakes. It's a full meal replacement. They have digestive enzymes that help you lose weight and visceral fat, but they're also high in protein. So people are successful because they're satiated. They're not hungry. They're also easy and convenient for a busy mom like you mentioned that you are, right? So you want to recall some things that they've said to you. The second part of the program is the detox. And my favorite part about the cleanse is number one, it's not a colon cleanse. You won't be stuck on the toilet. The second thing is the same way you would get an oil change for your car, you're getting an oil change for your body. So your taste buds are going to change. You're going to feel more satisfied. You're going to feel more energetic. People report feeling mentally clear. And I'm describing all of these things that I know that they want to experience, that they've been struggling. And I say the third part is the friendship, the coaching, the support, and the community. And that is all free. So the biggest decision you'll have to make today is chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry. And we laugh, you know, and we cry a little. And every conversation is very personal. And then I would ask them if they're ready to get started. And if they say that they are, in fact, ready to get started, I would say, wonderful. We've got 2 choices. One that I highly recommend is the value pack. That one is going to come with everything you need. And I literally have a list printed of everything that comes in the value pack, right? Because you don't have to be an expert. It's all available on ISA product. And I say, this is my favorite because not only does it address your vitamin and mineral needs, but it has bars. It has my favorite energy shots, literally my favorite. It has greens that provide 8 to 10, veggie servings a day, and they make your shake taste like pistachio. And I just, I tell them why I love the value pack. And I say that one is about $20 a day. And then we have your basic 30-day. And that one, you're going to have to do a lot of your own snacking needs. You're going to have to buy vitamins that are probably not going to be as high of a grade as this. You're not going to get the event ticket, which I highly suggest you come to because you'll get to meet the whole team. So I kind of give the pros and the cons, and I let them decide. And wherever they choose to start, whether it be a value pack or a 30-day system, I'm going to love the heck out of them anywhere they are. I'm just happy that they're putting the products in their body.
Awesome. Okay, and I have to ask this, and then we'll wrap it up. Do you not talk about the premium pack?
You know what? I spice up the 30-day as a premium pack. I get a customized I'm so neurotic. I literally broke down a premium pack and a customized 30, and I find that the customized 30 is cheaper and you get more BV and you get the $50 off. So I make my customized 30-day into a premium pack.
Okay.
So I would, yes. So you get the $50 off, you get 10% off each additional item, but I would add to the customized pack, I add the Cleanse Day Support Bundle, I add the Whey Chips, I add the ISA Delights, and I ask them if they're interested in the bars. But the Cleanse Day Support Bundle, the ISA Delights, and the Whey Chips are non-negotiable. they need those, and it comes out to about $386, and it's about 196 BV if I'm not mistaken. So I feel like it's a little cheaper, and they're still getting a lot of the goodies.
Okay, I had to ask because I knew people would be wondering that, because we do PKs and we do top down, so I knew people would be asking that.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
and
preference. As long as they're getting started, that's the juice. That's the
absolutely. Well, and I love hearing what other people do as well. So I've kept you longer than I had planned, but I couldn't stop because you're absolutely amazing, and I'm sure we're going to get tons of great feedback from this call. Honestly, the verbiage that you used and all that you shared with us tonight is absolutely priceless. So guys, I hope you took avid notes. I was watching those of you that were on camera taking all your notes. So I hope you took notes and apply at least one thing that Angela shared with you tonight. One thing could make a huge impact and difference to your business. So give her some love in the comments, guys. And Angela, any last parting words you would like to say?
I would challenge you guys just to have 2 conversations a day. If you can do 3, excellent. That's how I built my entire business. But if you can commit to 2, do 2 every day. Be consistent. Who are you going to talk to? Your UPS guy, the Verizon guy. I swear to God, it doesn't matter who. Keep talking, keep sharing, because you never know who this is going to help, but you are also building your confidence, your skill set. And if you haven't already done so, I invite you to please go on Facebook for Testimony Thursday and do a Facebook Live. Share your 30-second story on Facebook. Let the world know what you've been up to. You might think that the same, all your friends know, but based on the algorithms today, not everyone sees what you're doing. Go on Facebook, share your 30-second story live, ask your teammates to hit the share button, promote each other, support each other, and that's how you're really, really going to grow. This is a tremendous team effort, and you guys are a part of an incredible team. I look at your team photos at events, and I won't even lie, I want to sneak in some of those pictures. They are phenomenal. There's so many of you. You need to get I know you have really good photographers, but you all look like little ants. There's so many of you. It's wonderful. And I only hope it gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Well, bless you, my friend. I absolutely love you. Thank you so much for all of your time tonight and pouring into my team. And we all appreciate you. And guys, love you. Hope this was helpful. And we will see you next week. Thanks so much, and
thanks, and love you.
Fabulous. Thank you.